We are late. As a matter of fact, I was sitting there talking with our good buddy Jason, you see on screen here, and I was like, holy crap, we're late. We got to get started. I was actually surprised that John had commented this earlier. Jason, who's on screen, who's apparently had that comment lined up and ready to roll and just hit the send button. What is up, all my comment homies? We'll take all your comment homies. We love comment homies. Commie homins. I can't talk. Okay. No, Tim didn't forget where the buttons were. Tim was talking and got distracted by the talking because it's Jason and I miss his face and I like talking to his face. So, and no, Kathleen, it was not your fault tonight.
It was funny though at 6:55 when I'm like, oh crap, I'm supposed to be on the show and I should go that way.
I should probably go do a thing, over there where the computers are. Yeah.
I also love talking to my face. It's fantastic.
All right. Well, guys, this is the Three Geeks FSF Popcast because Nerd Worlds Colliding never felt so good. And I liked it so much, apparently I put it twice in the slides.
And I won't say what the FSF stands for in this context because this is a family show.
Reunited.
Tim, did you see Wicked like the other cool kids?
No.
Did you actually already know the answer to that?
Because Tim is a hater of all things fantastic.
So good.
It is amazing.
Oh my God.
Okay, so here's the thing. I have no doubt that it is good. I've seen so many people comment about it and talk about it. I have no doubt that Wicked is fantastic. It's amazing. It's all these things. Musicals just aren't my jam. And I have if I'm going to sit down and watch it, I have to be invested in the story. But here's the other part to that comment. I never really liked Wizard of Oz to begin with. So
I'm done. I quit. That's my favorite movie of all time. I'm out. Peace.
I think I have a selling point for you.
Okay.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum does sing in this movie, and it's God,
dance.
It's glorious. It is. Oh my God. I didn't even know he was in this movie. So when he pops up, I was like, oh my God. Like there's a scene where I was pretty sure it was him at the beginning, but when he actually shows up on screen and starts singing, you're like, oh.
What's up, Jesse?
What's up, Jesse?
You're right. John, you are right. I did say that Star Wars animation wasn't my jam either. And now I absolutely adore Star Wars, Clone Wars, and Rebels. But the difference was I didn't hate them going into it. I just had a misunderstanding and a preconceived idea about what it should be. I've never liked musicals, even as a kid.
You could have a date night with Shayna.
I know, Jesse. I know.
You could take your wife to the movie because you love her.
When I was 2 years old to about 3 years old, I used to do a one-man show. I could do the whole Wizard of Oz from memory. And I actually, this is a true story, when I was 2 years old, I taught myself how to program the VCR so I could record the Wizard of Oz off TV.
I love that.
Hi, Granzier. Howdy.
I used to sing the Lions, If I Were King of the Forest song.
Mm-hmm.
No, I am not. I am not a fan of the Wizard of Oz. I haven't found an incantation of that I have liked. So,
you should try. Have you tried the one with Zooey Deschanel?
I need to watch that. I have not seen that yet.
I mean, that would get me to watch it.
I like them all. I even like the Franco movie for what it is. Return to Oz. Oh my God, that movie scared me. It still scares me every time I watch it.
Love that film. However, I don't see it as a musical. I think that's part of the problem. I always saw it as a musical. So
it's a movie that happens to have music in it. Wicked is a musical.
Okay,
There's no getting around that.
That's probably fair. It's probably not a musical. I should probably learn to see it more as a movie that just happens to have music in it. Hey, screw some fire. See, boy,
10.
We have comments coming in fast. I love it. That's the same one. All right, here we go. I gotta find me a Wizard of Oz. Show you, Jason. Just you wait. Yeah. The Tin Man, is that the special? Is that what you're talking about?
The one with Zooey Deschanel. No, the miniseries with Zooey Deschanel is called Tin Man.
Yeah, Alan Cummings is in it too. He plays the Tin Man, I believe.
No, Scarecrow.
Okay.
Scarecrow. Okay.
All right.
Tin Man is the crap. I can see him, but
I need to see that. I really, really do.
It's so good.
All right, and Granzier agrees with you, by the way, Jason. That's just a movie that just happens to have music in it.
If you guys want to hear a fascinating story, there's a podcast called What Went Wrong. Listen to the Wizard of Oz edition. It's a miracle that movie came out cohesive.
Really? Okay. The Cowardly Lion is a riot. Okay, I will admit that the Cowardly Lion, out of all the characters in the movie, was my most favorite. The times that
was mine
when I had to sit down and watch it. Yeah. And that honestly might be part of it. Because there was a couple times where I was kind of like told I had to watch it. I was forced to watch it, and so maybe it's just one of those negative association things. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it as an adult on my own. Maybe I will feel different.
So in the
watch your mouth, John. Watch your mouth.
He's not wrong.
Kathleen, watch your mouth.
Anyway, so the Tin Man in the Tin Man miniseries one is Neil McDonough.
Okay.
Hi there. I'm Cortana.
He was in Star Trek First Contact.
A little sign in here.
Hold on a second. Apparently I have a computer going rogue over here. Talk about yourselves, amongst yourselves. Pick a topic.
Jason!
Alexis, play music. Alexis, play show tunes. Does he have an Alexis? Because
I don't know if it's Alexa, if it's a Google. But he's got his
play show tunes.
Anyway.
Google Sound of Music.
I have both, but see these little things right here? It prevents certain things like that. Okay, so
I will just have to contact and Jesse, I said Star Trek. The guy who played Tin Man in the Tin Man miniseries is I think it's Neil McDonough. He was in First Contact.
Oh, he's the guy who has a really like crystal clear blue eyes, right?
Yeah, like the scary blue eyes.
He is a great actor. Plays a bad guy so well.
He does. So he's Tin Man. He's the Tin Man in that. And his character is just heartbreaking and amazing.
Okay. Yeah. Excellent. All right. Jesse says, "Oh yeah, that guy."
Yeah.
I like when the lion says, "Who pulled my tail?" and the scarecrow says, "You pulled my tail."
Who pulled my tail?
Who pulled my tail? Yeah. Hey, before we get too much farther, just real quick, I want to say thank you to our show partners. These are the guys that help our show get off the ground each and every week. Of course, our brand new one is Bones Coffee Company. If you go to their website, bonescoffee.com, and use the code FSF Popcast, you will get 10% off of your entire order.
Did you say that sponsors help us defy gravity?
Well, if I have enough coffee, I just might.
Get off the ground. Anyway.
That's right. Eddie AI, they do all of our TikTok shorts and reels and all that kind of fun stuff. TCT, where fandom meets fashion. And of course, Level Up Lightsabers, because who doesn't want a lightsaber that's better than a stick? And links for all of those are down in the show notes down below. So you guys can go get yourself some goodies and, all the fun stuff. Granzer also says, I really enjoy old movies, the whole history of when they took place, the Great Depression for Wizard of Oz. I love that kind of stuff. I love movie history. There's no doubt about that. There's some really cool stuff to be learned from all of that. But
you also have a tendency to kind of poo-poo on old movies.
It depends on which one it is. Now, like most Humphrey Bogart, Cary Grant movies, absolutely love those. I watch those all day, every day.
Well, Cary Grant's also just fantastic, and I would read it.
Right,
I would watch him read a phone book, but
right, most Jimmy Stewart movies. Yeah, I mean, I have a great deal of appreciation for a lot of old movies.
What about Don Knotts?
Oh my God, I friggin' love Don Knotts. Are you kidding me? Don Knotts and Tim Conway together. I don't care what.
I haven't seen a lot of Don Knotts' movies, but on Matlock, oh my God, he is just
okay. Yeah, on Matlock, he's kind of awful.
Oh my God,
remove that from the equation.
Occasionally, I laugh. I didn't mind him on Three's Company, but I
feel like
stand him on Matlock.
Okay,
I feel like Jason and I need to do. I feel like we need to do the FSF Popcast 3 Geeks in the other direction onto 3 Geeks, but all watching The Ghost of Mr. Chicken.
I'll do it.
Okay.
I'm
the Apple Dumpling Gang.
Yes.
You need to watch. Oh my God, you need to watch Prize Fighters with or Private Eyes with Don Knotts and Tim Conway. Those two movies specifically. If you can make it through Private Eyes without laughing, I would be surprised. I've watched that movie so many times and I still laugh. Love those. Love those movies. Coffee and Lightsabers, yes. Empire Strikes is an old movie from a certain point of view. No, it's actually 40 years old. It's definitely
getting
an
there.
old movie.
40 is young, Tim. Take that back.
I would love to, but yeah, I'm 48. So
okay, can we just kick him out of the comments because he's just being a butt for the sake of being a butt?
Let's see. The movie M with the late great Peter Lorre. Movies from this time creepy like 19. Okay, I don't remember that one, but for for a second there, I thought you meant M for Murder, the old Hitchcock classic, which is also fantastic.
I don't think I have a copy of M.
Is it just the letter M? Just M,
Mm-hmm.
nothing else?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm here for it.
I recently watched Miracle on 34th Street for the first time, and I was just blown away by that movie. I went on IMDb. I'm like, well, the young girl in that movie probably still alive because she'd be in her 80s, but she could still be alive. And I was sad to find out she died in her 40s. That really bummed me out.
Did you notice who Santa is in that?
No.
It's John Hammond.
Oh, nice.
So it's Attenborough, whatever his actual first name was. Richard? Is it Richard Attenborough?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Santa Claus is John Hammond, which makes Jurassic Park way weirder now.
Nice. Let's see. Is this a holidays Xmas movie stream today? No, it's not. We're just happen to kind of slide into that topic for the half moment. But yes, Miracle on 34th Street is a good, solid flick. Absolutely. But if we were to talk about Christmas movies, we would definitely have to talk about National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation
and Die Hard.
Yeah. I released my video about that because I'm so tired of the Die Hard argument. It drives me nuts because, listen,
it's centered around Christmas.
So
Christmas is the clutch of that whole movie. The movie doesn't happen if it's not Christmas. John McClane is still in New York. He doesn't go to a Christmas party. Christmas party.
Okay, so Jason, here's the newest argument with that then. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie or is it a Harry Potter movie?
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
But he's also sneaking around in the Dark Tower at night avoiding Alan Rickman. So is it actually technically just Harry Potter?
There's no magic, though. See, you can't make that argument so well.
There's
no magic.
I want a movie about friendship and gift giving and Elf, so probably Lord of the Rings.
Or Elf, which also has Zooey Deschanel in it.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Grandizer, I love you. But it does have a Christmas movie. Because Christmas, it doesn't happen without Christmas.
No, it's central to the movie theme. So
yeah.
And yes, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is phenomenal. My sister and I actually watched it on our girls' weekend. It was on.
God, I love that movie. I can watch the movie. It doesn't matter what time of year, when, how, whatever.
And then I saw a guy at the store the other day wearing a Griswold Moose jersey.
Nice.
Love and the I can't remember what the hat is called. The stupid hat that the brother-in-law wears.
Hat. Yeah. So I saw a recommendation the other day on Threads, and I thought that this was fantastic. So apparently there's an order in which you should watch some movies, and one of them is if you want to watch Christmas movies, one of them is you have to watch the movie Love Actually, which came out in 2003. Which, if you haven't ever seen Love Actually, it's pretty enjoyable movie. It's got Hugh Grant and Emma Thompson, Colin Firth, Liam Neeson, a whole bunch, Keira Knightley, and a whole bunch of other people in it. It's very much a British themed movie, and it's very good though. But it also has Alan Rickman, and Alan Rickman's character makes Emma Thompson's character cry. And so, in order to pay back Alan Rickman, you have to then go watch Die Hard because, well, we all know what happens at the end. So Alan Rickman gets his payback. Hello, Wilkies. Howdy. But yeah, I remember watching Die Hard in the 1980s on VHS. Never heard it called a Christmas movie until someone thought it was cool in the late 90s.
I got a counter argument to your holiday movie thing. So Hallmark has been selling Christmas movies for years. I'm a big fan of Hallmark Christmas movies.
Yes, you
However,
are.
about half of the Hallmark Christmas movies all start with cheating because she is with somebody else, but she meets the small town guy. They eventually kiss. So technically they all start with cheating. That's not very Christmassy, but they're still Christmas movies, right? Am I right?
That seems like a bad premise.
I mean, they all start that way. I mean,
Happy holiday fun, family time.
We're all okay with it, but it's like, I mean, technically it is cheating.
Yeah, no, that's kind of odd. I never thought about that. All right, before we get into tonight's actual topics, just as a reminder, real quick, we do have John Billingsley coming to our live show on January 13th on 2025. He, of course, played Dr. Phlox on Star Trek Enterprise, and he's going to be talking with us about Truck Talks 4 because we, along with Crusher Convo Podcast, are Trek Talk ambassadors. And so we're trying to do all we can to help promote this because they do a really solid work there for the Hollywood Food Coalition, which helps get food to people who are in dire need. And it's an amazing thing. It's going to be on January 18th is the actual telethon. It's an all-day telethon that will be on YouTube. And that's going to have a lot of different Trek people there. They'll be in panels. They'll be in interviews. People like Jonathan Frakes will be there. Doug Jones will be there. Tawny Newsome, I believe, is scheduled to be there. Nani Visitor is scheduled to be there. Boy, I can't remember who else. But there's a whole bunch. Like I said, there's a whole bunch of people. I just don't have my. Kate Mulgrew's scheduled to be there. So there's a really, really cool selection of people that, and no, John, you are not responsible because I love having John Billingsley on the show because John is just the perfect amount of unhinged.
Because we're suddenly the ones who don't have severe untreated ADHD and can actually make a solid thought.
Because half of the time I'm sitting there going, one of us. Oh
yeah, for sure.
Barry Sanders might be there if Tim asks him. Oh God, I wish. You know what I would give to talk with Barry Sanders? You have no idea.
Is Will Wheaton going to be there, Tim?
I don't know. I haven't seen him on the.
I think he's at the live version.
Yeah, they're still presenting people who are going to be there and what's going to happen, and so they're kind of releasing a little bit of information each and every day. What's up, Corey? I don't know who Corey is, but hi, Corey. Welcome to the insanity. All right, so just real quick. Also, starting tomorrow, we will be giving away codes for Gladiator 2, which just as real quick, bring home Gladiator 2 on digital now. Denzel Washington, Pedro Pascal, Paul Mescal, and Connie Nielsen star in this action-packed epic by the film critics are calling one of the most entertaining films of the year, and get over an hour of next-level extras, including deleted scenes, featurettes, and more. Available at participating retailers starting December 24th. So tomorrow. That is, of course, rated R from Paramount Pictures. But we will be giving away codes to not only that movie, but if you missed it last week, we also have Venom, The Last Dance. And so if you go down into the show notes down below, you click where it says get free loot, sign up for our website. On our website for that giveaway, you not only get entered into these giveaways, but you get entered into every giveaway we have coming moving forward. Pick me, pick me, pick me.
You really could have stopped with Gladiator at just Pedro Pascal, like
Space Daddy. Yeah, you know what? I've actually been thinking about that because I would also love to talk with Herman Moore. He was, that era of Lions was very informative on my fandom. So I didn't just like Gladiator 1. I love Gladiator 1. That is an amazing movie. Yeah. Oh, hey there, kids. Hi, Tyson. So,
Best up feature the other day, man. I watched Gladiator 1 for the first time and then immediately went and saw Gladiator 2 for the first time. And what a ride.
So I'm hoping that with these next couple days, with a little bit less work and things going on, that I can sit down and do a double feature as well of those and watch them back to back. Because when you talked about doing that, I was like, Oh, that sounds like a really good idea and sounds like something that I should be doing.
What is this less work thing?
I'm not really sure, but something that I felt like it could be a fun thing and maybe a possibly sort of kind of thing.
I'm guessing somebody's going to tell me that I have to work to have less work, but
yeah. Well, you know what, Granzier? Chevy Chase's humor is an acquired thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like everything that he's done, but he has a few movies that to me are just absolute classics, and I will defend them till my last breath. But I absolutely understand why some people don't like him, because outside of his movies, from what I hear, he's all kind of a dick. Yeah, he's kind of a dick.
Wait, is Christmas Vacation your favorite vacation movie?
Oh, hands down, yeah.
European is mine, which is
European's mine too. Like European Vacation is
it's Christmas Vacation, then European.
I love the original too. Like, don't get me wrong, but when he's going around Big Ben, I could watch that scene over and over and over again. It's so funny.
I haven't seen European Vacation in so long. I need to watch it again.
The German dance where they're at Oktoberfest and he starts punching people, starts the brawl. All right. So, I thought it was going to be called League of Justice since they show a few heroes. You know, I think that was just a rumor that was going around. I don't think that they actually had entitled that. But let's talk about this official trailer. What are you guys thinking? What are you feeling? Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? Because
Superman is my favorite character of all time, man. And when I started this trailer, James Gunn is 100% on superhero movies. He hasn't made a bad one yet. And
correct.
So sitting down to watch this, knowing Nathan Fillion was going to be in it too, I didn't expect we'd actually get to see Nathan Fillion in this trailer. So I was like, yay! But there's so many comic book elements in this that we haven't seen before. Crypto, granted, we got Crypto in Smallville, but not the same. Oh my God, Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane. I cannot wait for this movie to come out. Can't wait.
I'm very, very, very excited about this. I was a little nervous about David Corenswet, just because he does look a little bit like we have Henry Cavill at home. At first,
this is a little bit of somebody ordered Henry Cavill on Wish.
Yeah, but I think the thing is that so there's so many things about Cavill's Superman that I really do enjoy. But one of the things that I like most from this trailer is thank God we have Dorky Clark back, because to me that's everything. Christopher Reeve and his portrayal of the Dorky Clark, pushing up the glasses and the just being that guy, to me is kind of a big deal. Yeah.
And I know Henry Cavill didn't really do the Dorky Clark.
No, he played Hunky Clark.
Funny, because I feel like that is just like his actual personality. Since he is the Warhammer 40K and the building his own computer and
yeah.
But I liked Man of Steel fine, but I'm so glad we're away from dark and brooding Clark Kent, because Superman is happy to be Superman. He's supposed to be happy to be Superman. He's supposed to be counterbalance to Batman.
That whole scene of that kid holding up the flag, he's pushing the flag up. That scene and the scene that we're going to talk about right now, this whole scene, it was like
Crypto.
I was like, oh God, look, my eyes, they're formulating rain droplets.
Yep.
And there's dusty things in the air that made my eyes. Yeah. When he holds up the edge of his cape and tells Crypto to take him home, I'm like, I'm verklempt.
Okay, I am saying it now. I'm putting it in the ether. If they kill Crypto, we ride at dawn.
Well, here's they're not going to kill Crypto for two reasons. Number one, everybody is really excited to get Crypto in live action movie. Number two, he is modeled after James Gunn's dog. I doubt James Gunn is going to allow his dog to come, any damage or death, even digitally. And yes, Crypto does look amazing. And yeah, that's the dog's name. That's Super Dog Granzier. But yeah, Tyson, by the way, has a movie that he's working on, and the guy who played the superhero in my teaser for my movie made it into the final top 10 to be Gun Superman.
Nice.
That is very cool.
That is awesome. 100%. One of the things I really liked about this trailer, Nathan Fillion playing him aside, is that James Gunn allowed Guy Gardner to look like Guy Gardner from the comic books. Any other director,
oh my god,
any other director would have changed his look. But I love that Gunn just goes for it.
No, Gunn steered completely into it, and it had it been any other director, you're right, any other director in the world would have been like, yeah, they would have modernized him, but no, he put Nathan Fillion in a bowl cut wig, and I was like, thank you. But yeah, I don't think Crypto's going to be harmed. I think he'll be fine. I mean, he might get a little scuffs and scrapes because he's going to be part of the fight, I'm assuming.
If they leave us at like a cliffhanger with us not knowing whether or not Crypto's alive, though, I'm gonna be pissed.
To answer your question, John, Alan Tudyk is playing Clayface in Creature Commandos, which is technically the first DCU property.
Yes, he is. But he's playing something else. He's playing Clayface in two different incantations. One, and I don't remember where the second one is. I know he's in Creature Commandos.
Harley Quinn, the Harley Quinn show. So he's playing very different versions.
Different versions of him. Yeah, I read about his interview about doing that, and he was just like, that was kind of a trip to be able to do that two different ways.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Crypto does look amazing. I doubt they'll have Batmite in this movie, but that would be fun if they did. It would be fun if they did. All right, so the next slide I'm putting up is because I put this up because I wrote an article, and as for many of you may know, I write for a website called Couch Soup. And on Couch Soup, I wrote about this teaser trailer. Thank you, John. Incarnation. Yeah, Yeah, that is something completely different, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Incantation, that'd be a spell. That'd be completely different. Okay, so in that version. Anyway, I may have said something in the article about how it was nice to have Dorky Clark back, and that Hunky Clark was not on my bingo card. And if I wanted to look at somebody, I'd rather look at Ryan Reynolds, because I'm a man who's confident in his own sexuality, and I have no problem admitting that. Thanks, Tyson. But Tyson also writes for Couch Soup. But anyway, so who wore it better, Reynolds or Cavill? Ryan Reynolds.
I still have to go Cavill, but that is probably just because, and this is completely shallow and totally out of my normal mindset. Henry Cavill has a bigger body build naturally.
Okay.
But Ryan can get ripped like that, but he's still, if you look at the difference in their hip bone structure specifically.
Mm-hmm.
She really analyzed this. Oh, get ready, John.
Really
you better get to the gym.
Henry looks less like he's going to be able to get snapped in half.
Well, Ryan does play a character that if he does get snapped in half, it grows back. So
if you break him in half, do you get two of them?
Yeah, technically. But, I mean, that's how that should work.
I mean, nothing. My mother watches the show.
Hi, Kathleen's mom.
John says Hugh Jackman, he wasn't part of the choices, but he was, not a bad choice.
Idris Elba. I'm just going to keep going.
You're welcome, John. So anyway.
Oh, right, that guy too. The one I'm married to.
Yeah, that one guy. So one last thing about the trailer, and I saw this, I don't remember where I saw this online the other day, but it cracked me up because we've been talking about Crypto, the super dog, and if Crypto happened to be a cat, this is what would happen to Superman.
Yep. Eyeballs would be gone first.
It just highly, highly amused me. So anyway. All right, so we'll move on to other things, but that's the Superman trailer. The movie comes out on July 11th, 2025, and I absolutely positively cannot wait to go see this movie in person.
Why does that feel so far away, but it's not?
It's not. But
it's not.
Yeah, it is, but it isn't.
It's
but
not
yeah,
as bad as making us wait until next November for the second half of Wicked.
Or waiting 2 years for Last of Us season 2, which we're finally getting soon.
Right?
Or was it 2 years for the second season of Arcane, and and
or
however long it's been for Ahsoka, and
and House of the Dragon, and
so
Outlander, and
we could go on and on with that.
Down and get bitter very, very fast.
All right. So one of the other reasons that Jason's on the show tonight, because we were talking in a group chat the other day, and I sent this next image to the group chat because somebody felt that after reviewing certain images of an actress, that she should play Rogue in any live action. They think Hilary Duff should be Rogue because of certain assets that she has been graced with.
Mm-hmm.
And I will just start off this part of the conversation by saying, if Hilary Duff is Rogue in X-Men, I will riot.
Listen. Have you seen any of Hilary Duff's stuff outside of How I Met Your Father?
Just enough for me to go that I know that I don't like her.
Have you watched Cheaper by the Dozen?
Yes, I've watched Cheaper by the Dozen. And Cheaper by the Dozen too.
I haven't seen any of her stuff outside of How I Met Your Father, just like I hadn't seen any of Pattinson's stuff outside of Twilight until closer to Batman came out. But I mean, I don't know. I have no opinion really. I don't understand your hatred of Hilary Duff, like WWHD.
What would Hilary Duff do?
Yeah, HDD.
She'd stay away from the X-Men. That's what she would do.
I mean, I get it. It's perfect casting in some regards.
I think
the costume department's job easier.
You're right.
There would be less padding required to complete the Rogue image in the top left corner.
Actually, in X-Men 97, they shrunk that down.
They did trim the badonkadonk quite a bit. Yeah. So
make it more realistic for us flat butts.
But yeah, I'm just not a big fan of Hilary Duff, and I wanted to like her because when she got cast for How I Met Your Father, which I think everybody knows that I'm a massive How I Met Your Mother fan. Jason also is a big fan of How I Met Your Mother. And when How I Met Your Father came out, we were talking quite frequently. Almost every episode, he was having to talk me off a ledge.
Because it was crap?
It was crap. Yeah. But
it's a completely unnecessary show.
And I hate the fact that this has now been canceled. And as much as I hated the show, we never even got to meet the father.
I would rather watch the last season of How I Met Your Mother.
I like the last season of How I Met Your Mother.
On repeat.
Oh my god, I'd watch that. I like that.
Than to ever see this show again.
I just
How I Met Your Father did get better, and Hilary Duff was far from the problem with that show.
That is true.
No,
she was not the problem.
No, she was not the only problem. My biggest problem with Hilary Duff is the consistent overacting. Everything is overacted, over accentuated, just kind of like her backside.
That's the word you're going with.
Accentuated.
With those images on screen, accentuated is where you're going.
You're welcome. You're the father, Tyson? Well, that actually explains a few things. That makes more sense.
Okay. You saved us a trip to Maury. I'm glad. Thank you.
Are the children actually raccoons?
They might be. I mean, Tyson does love his
Exactly. That's why I was saying
he doesn't love him that much. He doesn't love, Anyway, that was going somewhere weird, but we're gonna.
Raccoons are just little babies that need to be loved. Just little trash pandas.
Little trash panda with masks on.
Yeah. So that they can be in disguise, Tim.
All right. John brought up something that's actually going to be our next slide. I read somewhere and read it this morning about Sadie Sink being a possibility for Jean Grey. Yeah. She has been reported as the top choice to play Jean Grey in the MCU. Personally, I think this is a fantastic casting if it is true. And more than likely, Jason and I both think that the person who's reporting it is usually pretty accurate. And this probably has a lot of truth to it.
Yeah, it's reported by Jeff Snyder, and he's the one who reported the casting for Skeletor like 4 months ago. And then it ended up being true recently. But I like this casting, and the fact that they're casting young says that they plan on having the X-Men around for a while, which means Sadie Sink, you're about to sign a 50-picture deal. Get ready.
Make you do this when you're 90.
You know, okay, so if you're not familiar with Sadie Sink, she plays a character on Stranger Things, and during the last season, she was a major focus of that show.
Killed it.
And she was fantastic. I liked her when they first introduced her because her character had spunk and some person and just great personality. And over this last season, they really, really developed that character well.
Eventually, we'll get another season of that too. Theoretically, when they're all in nursing homes because it's been so freaking long.
It just wrapped like a week ago. It just wrapped filming.
This next season will be when they're finishing up college and they're starting their first year at their whatever job is after getting their degrees.
Dude, Netflix is panicking. Like, that's why they separated Cobra Kai out so far with 3 drops. And I guarantee you Stranger Things will also be 3 drops.
Well, they did the same. Well, they also did that with Arcane as well. Multiple
They're
drops.
just stringing us along to keep our paychecks coming.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, they're finding that what was happening is that people were binge watching it and then they'd be done with it and they'd move on to something else. So this way, and they were getting a big burst of media right off the beginning, but then after people watched it, it was leaving the zeitgeist so fast because they weren't keeping it up in front of people's eyes.
Right.
John says raccoons are good when barbecue. Jesus,
John was.
I don't know. I've never had a raccoon. I'd try it before. But I got a question for you guys because my opinion on this now is vastly different than it was 2 years ago. Do you prefer the binging structure or do you prefer the week to week?
I prefer the week to week.
I prefer the week to week.
So do I. One, because it's great for TikTok because I can record episode reviews every week. But secondly, it gives you time. You can talk to people about it, and everybody's pretty much in the same spot, and it's nice.
Yeah. However, I don't want to wait 2 years in between.
I mean, if that's how long it takes to get a quality script, I'm okay with waiting 2 years. Because you got to keep in mind, Kathleen, it seemed like Last of Us only dropped last year. Like, it doesn't seem like it's been that long because we've had The Penguin in between, we've had Fallout in between, we've had Game of Thrones. Like, all these amazing things keep dropping.
Well, and I mean, I still struggle too because, like, with Outlander, they promised us an extra long season 7 to make up for season 6 being cut short because of the pandemic. And then they cut season 7 into 2 8 episode chunks with a year and a half in between the 2 8 episodes. And it's like, they're already finished. They've wrapped season 8. They have finished the show. And they're just now airing the second half of season 7. And it's like, I know that we're not going to get season 8 until 2026.
Tyson says, can we just agree that MCU has absolutely killed it on casting all across the board? One of their biggest strengths. And John agrees, MCU casting has indeed been remarkably solid.
The only one I have an issue with on the MCU casting.
Surprise, Jesse. Surprise.
There's no way she's Rachel Summers. If they're casting Jean Grey that young, Rachel Summers would be like a baby.
Well, I think she's still referring to X-Men 97's casting because she's Mother Ascani, Rachel Summers, in that version.
So the only MCU casting that I actually have any issue with is Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic.
Oh no,
I'm not crazy.
That's
You're
the only
excited
one
about that one?
Pedro Pascal, man, he can't do wrong.
Pascal
is
Wonder Woman 84. Wonder Woman 84. Wonder Woman 84.
I blocked that movie out of my life. Like, I don't remember a thing that happened in that movie.
That
was awful.
That, though, is not Pedro's fault. That is Wonder Woman 84's fault.
that whole movie's a train wreck, and I wanted to like it so badly because I loved the first Wonder Woman movie so much. And the first Wonder Woman movie is just
Fantastic.
it's
But
beautiful.
they gave us John Krasinski.
I think they're doing I've heard rumors
minutes.
in Secret Wars we're getting Council of Reeds, so that might be why they casted different, because you don't want the same actor sitting across the table from himself. So
Okay,
if we get the Council of Reeds, then
No, at that point you get John Krasinski and the guy who played Asian Jim, and nobody will know the difference.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing, dude. That joke does not get old at all.
No. Every time I see something online with either one of them, and they both one of them post it, I'm just like,
when they did the If promotional stuff, and they had Randall Park show up and do as John Krasinski. Oh my god, I was rolling. That was amazing.
Yeah, great stuff. Let's see. Granzier says, I don't have any streaming services, never seen Stranger Things, and being told that I need to watch it and that I would like it. So I don't think I've ever watched Life on Mars UK version, but I will say this because she goes on to say how much she hated that, or they hated that. I'm not sure on, so I'll just say they. But yeah, if I would tell anybody to watch Stranger Things, I think it's an amazing show. It's so very well written, and for the cast to be as young as they were when they first started out on this journey, they have carried it through so well, and the actors are so very solid. They carry the story well, but the writing and the directing is right up there.
And if you're struggling with it because but they're so young, watch it for Winona Ryder and Sean Astin and realize that they're not going to be in something that's crap.
It's hard to make a good season 4 of a television series. Stranger Things season 4 is the best in the series. Not only the best in the series, in my opinion, it's a top 10 season of television ever. It is so epic and so good. Yeah. I highly recommend Stranger Things.
Yeah,
highly. It does get a little repetitive in season 3, but it more than makes up for it. And oh my god, season 4 is so good.
Yeah, very good. And the thing is, some of that stuff that's repetitive in season 3 really does set up season 4 so very well.
Yeah,
100%.
So Tyson says, I'm dead ass serious. I genuinely love Wonder Woman 84. I rewatch it often, including recently.
You know, that's cool. To each their own, because that is what we do. Is we do not.
I'm glad. I'm glad you dig it. I really am. That's the whole point of movies. We all have different views and opinions. I have a really hard time getting into that one. But there's things I like about the movie. It doesn't make it. It makes it. Yeah. But there are other things that I just really struggle with. But yeah, no, that's cool. I know that I probably have a lot of movies that I really like that other people don't necessarily care for, but that's just kind of the deal. Kathleen's dog does not like Stranger Things or Last of Us, the monster noises in particular. What, your big, bad, scary pit bull doesn't like noises?
Nope. You can just, and I hate this because I know John's watching it in the other room with her, but if you just do at her, the clicker sound from Stranger Things, or from Last of Us, she freaks out.
Can you walk up behind your dog and do with a pen?
No, that one doesn't get her as much.
Oh, okay.
She also is afraid of certain words that they also say a lot in Last of Us.
Nice. Grantier says, I think part of these 80s throwback series is because I was alive and fully aware that what was going on. Past my teens, I'm constantly looking for the connection that I remember. Yeah. I think that's part of why I enjoy stuff that's based in the 90s. Same reason. I was a teenager in the 90s, and I find a lot of connection to that type of stuff. Thank you, because no, we wouldn't do that. That's not our style. There's very, very few things on there that somebody tells me they like something that I would crap on. But
he craps on me all the time for things I enjoy. So
musicals are things that people crap on.
Not completely innocent, but I do the same thing on TikTok when people will be like, this sucks, I like this better. And I'm like, I'm glad you liked it. Like
absolutely.
Max reviewed Mufasa and somebody's like, I enjoyed it. And I'm like, I'm glad you did. I'm glad it has an audience. Like, we can only tell you how we feel, but genuinely, I'm happy whenever a movie has somebody that enjoys it, because
Right there.
we know,
Absolutely.
and we've interviewed so many people in the business. It's hard to get a movie made. So
Yeah.
if any movie, I mean, even Freddy Got Fingered, I know there's people out there that enjoy that awful movie, but God bless them. God bless them.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong on all of that. One of the best things about 80s throwback series is they can't solve any problems with a cell phone.
That's true.
Also very true. You got to go old school. So yeah, that's also a very cool project or aspect of it. All right, one last topic for us tonight, unless we get into something else, which is entirely possible with these two people that are sitting here with me. This came up the other day, and actually, I think I saw it yesterday, and I was talking to Kathleen's husband, John, producer John, about it, and I was more surprised that people were upset about it. But apparently, there's going to be I think it's out right now. The Harley Quinn farting comic, where she just farts the whole time. And apparently, this is supposed to be a gift to the fans, because I guess people have been asking for this.
Oh, okay.
I haven't been asking for this, but I'm about to run out to the comic store and pick it up because I'm genuinely curious.
You know, and that's where I'm at. I haven't been a big comic book buyer for years, but on the one hand, I'm kind of like, I am oddly curious now about this, and you know, all that kind of stuff. You know, Granzer says it's funny how you talk about Wonder Woman 84. When it came out, people were telling me I'd love it. Then they actually seen it and said, well, nah, at least the soundtrack was good. They said the soundtrack is good. A lot of 80s based songs. And that's, Tyson says that's how it should be. Art is subjective.
Mhm.
People like what they like. Absolutely. There's no reason to crap on it. If you don't like it, stroll along, man. Let people like what they like. Yeah, speaking of the 80s, happy heavenly birthday to Corey. Oh, today's now I'm sad. Corey Haim. One of the Corys. But yeah, so farting Harley Quinn.
Oh man,
I don't get it, but
I mean, okay, here's part of it. I also think bathroom humor is very funny.
oh yeah, for sure.
I don't mind a good fart joke, poop joke. You know, those tend to make me laugh. Not gonna lie. I'm also the type of person that if I'm out and about somewhere and I'm not like don't have to smell it, if I hear somebody fart, I will laugh. That's just the way this works. Like I was at the grocery store a couple days ago. Somebody ripped one on the other side of the aisle, and I was like, "That was impressive." I may have yelled out, "Well done."
See, I mean, obviously, farts are always going to be funny. Farts are they're just funny. Until, of course, the small person. I don't know how the small people keep so much stink inside of them.
It's compacted because they're
But
smaller.
standing in front of her registered heat vent today, blasted one off right as the furnace kicked on, and it shot it into my face.
Yeah,
I was very
Tim
proud.
likes the fart jokes. Yes, Tim does like fart jokes. Yeah. No, we're not going to end on a sad note, but it was just a little sad for a quick moment. No big deal. I mean, it's a big deal that he's dead, but
He was sad, and then he thought about the fact that I got hit with chemical warfare.
Yeah, and then he looked at the photo again. It's like
I did. Do you have the whoopee cushion or the pooter around? No, but I probably should.
I should buy you. You should have a fart machine. I'm surprised you don't.
Like, there's like, okay, have you guys seen the TikToks or the reels on Instagram where the guy is going down the escalator and he keeps hitting the fart button and he's always got something to say after he farts. It's always a different comment, or he's walking out and along the beach, and like he'll be running next to like a whole group of girls, and he'll hit his like lift his leg and hit the button.
I'm pretty sure I send those to you every time I see them.
Yeah, I think you do too, because you also know that I have the sense of humor of about a 12-year-old boy. I do. Well, that's another
Most
topic.
men do.
Yeah, I do find farting pranks funny. The ones I find online, they're pretty entertaining.
Okay, so speaking of fart jokes, though, and this is a totally still related topic. Have you seen the ads for Dear Santa?
That's the Jack Black movie, right?
The Jack Black one, yeah.
Yeah, I can't see myself watching that. I'm getting Jack Black saturation. Which
I get. There's a part in the trailer though where the guy in the the bicycle biking outfit is talking to Jack Black and the kid, and he like suddenly makes the guy's stomach start churning, and the guy goes to like waddle away to the porta potty, and then he's like, "Watch this," and locked.
That part was funny. Actually, I'm not a huge Jack Black fan, but Jack Black, the movie is not great. But Jack Black, I actually was surprised. I enjoyed him in that movie.
But then the poor guy with I bargained and I lost. You should never trust a fart.
Farts are not supposed to be lumpy or wet. If they're either way, you have entered some disastrous land.
And then have you seen the thing on Facebook or whatever with the mom who woke up with her kid saying, "My fart's on the floor"?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah. But yeah, for Jack Black, there's only like a handful of movies that I actually enjoy him in. Obviously Jumanji. Because him playing a 14-year-old girl or 15-year-old girl, whatever she was. Oh my God.
The scene when he finally decides he has to pee.
Dude.
Oh my God.
I was in tears. I was laughing so hard. Oh my God, it's got a handle. And he was just.
This is so much easier. Okay, so my only problem with that is I forgot about that scene when I decided to watch it with the little. But at the same time, she's like, "Ugh, boys are weird." I'm like, yeah, let's go with that.
I liked Jumanji and I liked him in Tropic Thunder. I'm trying to think. I don't know if there's anything else.
So School Rock's okay, but it's the overacting that gets me in that movie.
Part of the shtick.
I know it's part of the shtick, and it's okay. So admitting that it's part of his shtick also it helps explain the next movie, Saving Silverman.
Yeah.
With him and Steve Zahn, which I absolutely adore Steve Zahn, and I would absolutely love to get him on the show sometime and talk with Steve Zahn about every character he's ever played. And he's just a great guy. But that movie and yeah,
I love that movie.
So good. It is so good. Come on, yeah. High Fidelity.
Mm-hmm. I like Jack Black voicing Bowser in the Mario movie too.
Yeah. Jack Black, that's the movie. High Fidelity is the one where I realized that Jack Black can actually sing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, actually
really, really
sing.
well.
If and when he wants to. He does a cover of Marvin Gaye in that is just holy crap.
Also, like, stupid smart.
Yeah.
And literally the son of a rocket scientist.
Oh my God, Tropic Thunder, when he's searching for his jelly beans. Oh my God. Every time. I laugh so hard.
Nacho Libre.
Speaking of fart jokes, the fatties at the beginning.
Jack Black and King Kong. Yeah. Yeah, that is a good movie.
That was a choice.
That was a choice.
That was a choice. Did you hear scientists are trying to genetically merge a possum, a billy goat, and a manatee? I don't think it worked, but I guess it's a possibility. Wow.
Is that real?
Possibility. Possible possum. Billy goat.
Oh.
No.
Possibility.
No, he was not great in The Mandalorian. No, that was one of the worst episodes ever. Oh. Okay, I know that I said I don't really like to poo-poo what people say when they become, but John's different. He's part of the crew. I can tell him when he's wrong.
It's my job to tell him when he's wrong.
Kathleen, tell John he's wrong.
Jack Black was not my issue with that episode.
Lizzo was also a
Bingo!
part of it. Yeah.
She was my issue with that episode.
Yeah.
Jack
Yeah,
Black was flipping hilarious.
I could not stand him in that episode. I couldn't stand Lizzo in that episode. If it hadn't been for the last 10 minutes of that episode and the appearance of the B2 battle droids, I would not have watched that episode again.
That's my favorite episode of the series.
Of course it is.
No, I haven't seen that episode.
John, my sweet, wonderful husband.
Your wife would like to
Some of
contradict
your
what you're
life
saying.
choices, you are sometimes wrong.
John, you're a married man. You're always wrong. Just piece of advice.
From somebody who's been married how many times?
Twice. Stop it, Kat.
Sorry, that was a mean joke.
It's fine. I'm friends with my ex-wife, so obviously I wasn't that bad.
True.
Yeah, you got me on that one. All right. So let's see. So for us upcoming this was released this past week. I sat down and talked with Stuart Sager. He's a comic book artist, and this episode is out right now. You guys can, of course, listen to that on your favorite audio podcast providers or watch it here on YouTube. But he's done work for Lego's Bionicle, the Joker and Batman. He's done work for bands like Kiss and the Kiss comic book, The Walking Dead, 3 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and a whole bunch more. And it was a really cool conversation with a guy who really understands his craft and everything else. What do you guys got out currently right now, Jason, for everybody to know?
We just dropped our interview with Jonathan Bowen, who directed The Comic Shop, which comes out next year. And I can honestly say we get sent a lot of screeners, and a lot of them are not good. I genuinely liked his movie a lot, and I highly recommend everybody check it out next year and check out our interview because he's awesome.
It's called The Comic Shop?
The Comic Shop.
Interesting. All right.
Kind of about, you're never too old to chase your dreams. It's very, very good. It's got...
I like it.
Can't think of the actor's name. He was on Desperate Housewives. He was on the Dallas reboot. John Tucker Must Die. He played John Tucker. Yeah, good.
Oh, crap. What is his name?
I don't know, but I have confidence that your Google fingers can figure it out.
Jesse McAlfee? Yeah,
Yes.
Jesse McAlfee.
Yep.
All right, cool. Let's see. Granzer asked, did any of you watch the 2019-2022 War of the World UK series? I believe that was as close to any book setting that we have ever gotten. Your thoughts? I don't think I have watched it.
I've thought about it. I haven't watched it yet. I think, is that the one on MGM Plus, or is that different?
I don't remember. I think I tried watching it because I think we had BBC at that point, but
I would say it's probably a BBC thing, but I don't know where does the BBC stream to these days? I mean, they have a couple things that come to Disney, but
They're on
HBO.
Amazon. They have their own app too.
Oh, do they?
BritBox. I think a lot of
There's
BBC
BritBox,
stuff
but
comes
that's more of the classic BBC.
there.
Yeah, because there's BritBox and there's Acorn TV, and those are both British things. I know that because my wife has subscriptions to both. But yeah, I seen a clip of it, and it had that old 1980s setting or 1890s. I saw 1980s again. My brain just mishmashed it. But 1890 setting. Interesting. Okay.
So apparently you can get BBC America through Hulu as another add-on for Hulu, or BBC Select through Amazon Prime.
Okay. I don't know if either of my subscriptions have those, but we will find out. So upcoming now, every year we have ended off the year with usually some type of repeat, not repeat, but a look back, rather. Excuse me, a look back over the year and sharing our favorite clips from different episodes. But we want to do something a little bit different this year because out of all the times that we've ever sat down and done an interview, it's never about any of us that are on the show.
No, because when people say, tell us about yourself, we tell them never to come back.
Pretty much. We run and hide. But this week, this upcoming Wednesday. Yeah, exactly. This upcoming Wednesday, we do just that. We give you the opportunity to get to know your nerds. So we have about six or so questions that we had on screen. We put them up on screen. We all sat down, John, Kathleen, Ben, and myself, and we all sat down and answered the questions and just had a fun conversation about our fandoms and a whole bunch of different stuff. So if there's opportunity, what could possibly go wrong with me talking about my childhood? So much Kentucky Boy, so much.
Cocaine, Nazis,
There is a cocaine Nazi story.
ponds shaped like things.
Ponds shaped like certain men's accentuated items. You might have a different opinion after Wednesday, Jesse. Cheaper than therapy, John. Well,
our insurance would cover therapy if you would go.
The problem is that John tells the stories and then we all have to have therapy.
You only have to hear him. You're not married to him.
Is the talented Sam Witwer in the new Superman? You know, that's a good question. I have no idea. Nicholas Hoult is, though, who played Beast in the Marvel movies. So some of the First Class movies. And he does an excellent job at that. And he looks like he's going to be a fantastic Lex Luthor. So is Sam Witwer actor you all interviewed?
No, Sam Witwer's Lex Luthor isn't in the new Superman movie that we know of. It's not a multiverse movie as far as I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I wish we
got his. Yeah. Well, we got a little bit of it in his interview, but not a whole lot of it. Well, we got some of it.
There was like actual backstory to that character.
Yeah, there's more that could have been done with it for sure. I play RPGs for therapy. I traumatize my friends to make myself feel better. We are well traumatized. Once a month, we get traumatized by John and our role-playing game. But yeah. Granzer also says, for short, Dark Side seasons of Belief. Good episode. I used to watch Tales from the Dark Side all the time. I'll have to go check that out. Yeah, he's not in that clip, at least as far as I know. But yeah, we see Hawk Girl. I can't remember who's playing her, but you see Guy Gardner, the Green Lantern, played by Nathan Fillion with the best bowl cut ever. There's going to be Mr. We have a clip of Mr. Terrific, a sighting of Mr. Terrific. We got a sighting of Crypto, and I think that's about it for and of course Lex Luthor. I think that's all the trailers showed for now. But we'll have there's another as we get closer. There'll be more trailers, and we'll be able to see more and kind of get an idea for that. Too bad they didn't do a GoFundMe for that story with Whitwer. Get more money into it. Yeah, get them going with it. But anyway, Get to Know Your Nerds comes out this upcoming Wednesday. And that, of course, will be on all of your favorite podcast providers as well. What do you guys got coming up on the Three Geeks, Jay?
We are off doing live stuff until the first Saturday of January. So come back for that because we're going to be doing our top fives and stuff. Also, we got my TikTok videos, guys. Every day I'm dropping more reviews. Send me recommendations of what to watch. I can't put it off any longer. Tomorrow I watch Home Alone 3 through 5 because I promised everybody I would.
Oh, Home Alone 3 is fun.
Pray for me.
Home Alone 3 is fun.
Which one is that one? I don't remember.
That has young Scarlett Johansson in it.
Has to stay home because he has chickenpox.
But that's not with Kevin McAllister, right? That's with the other kid?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
I actually like the Disney Plus Home Alone movie. I
haven't watched that one. I heard Hot Girl, not Hot Girl. Wouldn't disagree.
So yeah, Home Alone 3 is very, very 1990s. But it has Scarlett Johansson in it. I forgot about that.
There's 3 more after Tyson. I just like the 6th one, so I'm not dreading that one.
Less than a month to utilize TikTok. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it's looking like mid-January is going to be the shutdown date. So if you're not already following us on Instagram or YouTube, please make sure that you follow not only us, but also Jason over, well, anywhere. You look for 3 Geeks Podcast. And yeah, Jay's got good stuff. He's got good content. That's why we have him on here. We really enjoy having him come do stuff with us. He's one of our longtime podcasting friends, and who just became more than a podcasting friend. He's just a friend at this point. So
Even if he lives
no, seriously, out of all the people that we've done podcasting stuff with, outside of the podcasting, this screen, you're the one that we've done the most with and hung out with and done stuff with. So, and we have a kitty. 7 saying hello. He has decided that he needs to be aggressively cuddly.
Oh, because he's the sweetest baby.
Yeah. So, yes, you do need to get him on Crusher Convo. Jay would be a lot of fun for you.
You can't have him; he's ours.
We need to get you on 3 Geeks because
absolutely.
Hopefully you're ready for Max. So get ready for Max. Let me know when you're ready for Max, and I'll bring it on.
Never ready for Max.
Because Max will crap on your fandom. Granted, he does it in a playing way, but
fandom, your family's fandom, your ancestors' fandom.
You just have to realize that going into it, that Max hates everything,
except for Max.
Right, and that if you accept that going into it, it's a much easier transition.
It's much easier.
Max just needs. I've given him several hugs every time I see him. You'll come prepared. You think you're going to come prepared, but Max is a lot. He's Max is a good dude. I just like giving him crap, but Max is a real good dude. Very solid. So, all right, guys. Any parting thoughts, Jay, before we take off? Tell people where to find you, just to be on the safe side.
At 3 Geeks Jay, at 3 Geeks Podcast. I don't just post my shorts on TikTok; they're on everything. So you guys go check us out there. We're still on X for now.
7. No, he's a pretty kitty face.
Yeah, he's purring. So I'm surprised you guys can't hear him, to be honest. So, and he is done. Okay, ow.
Got the prettiest face, though.
So, all right, and guys, hey, thank you so much for coming every week and hanging out with us. And if you're new to the show, make sure to click the like and the subscribe button. We'd love to have you stick around and join us for other shows, other conversations, and make sure that you get to see our interviews each and every week, because we kind of have some cool people coming, and I don't think you're going to want to miss them. So I'll just leave it at that. And on that note, bye-bye, y'all, and may the force be with you as you continue to live long and prosper.
Copyright 2024 FSF Popcast. Reference any specific product or entity mentioned on this podcast does not constitute an endorsement or recommendation by FSF Popcast. The views expressed by guests are their own, and their appearance on the program does not imply an endorsement of them or any entity they represent. If you have any questions about this disclaimer, please contact us via email at info@fsfpopcast.com.